Hello everyone. To enter reservations and contracts in the system, the first step is to define a tour operator. In this video, we will explain what a tour operator is and how to define it. If you are ready, let's get started. To go to Tour Operators screen, under the Definitions menu, click Tour Operator. Let's start with the question, what is a tour operator? We can explain it in a nutshell. Tour operators are our partners who send us reservations. In order to enter a reservation or contracts into the system, at least one tour operator must be defined. Actually, the basic definition is very simple. Click New button and give a code and a title. That's enough to create a tour operator, but of course the system offers many more options. Let's continue with the group operator. Okay, now what is a group operator? If you work with many operators using the same prices and allotments, you can group them under a group operator. For example, if all operators in the CIS market use the same prices and allotments, you don't need to enter the same information separately for each one. You can define them under one group operator and manage everything in one place. If you want to define a group operator, you need to give a code and check the group operator box and then give the title. Please pay attention here. You cannot enter reservations for group operators, and they colored red in the list. The next step is we have already created tour operator and group operator. Now we need to connect them. Select the tour operator and then choose the allotment group and price group. You can choose the related group operator from the list. Here you can define which group operator's allotment will be used and which group's buying and selling prices will be used. You can connect all of them to one group or select different groups for each file. Let's continue with the request form letterhead. If you want a different name to appear on the reservation request form, for example an agency name instead of the tour operator name, you can use this file. Also, you can upload the tour operator's logo into the system. Here you can click the load and choose the logo. Of course, you need to upload the correct format of the logo. If you need any more assistance, you can leave a comment, and I will explain it in detail for another video. The language area. If you select the language, the return information list automatically will be prepared in that language. The nationality. You can choose the nationality according to the operator's country, and the nationality is automatically reflected in the reservation card. Currency and invoicing area. When you select the currency while defining the operator, this currency will automatically be used in contract invoice calculations. In the type area, you can define your financial agreement with the operator. You can choose cash, credit, or advance. If you work on credit, you can define a credit limit and a critical credit limit. If the difference between sales and payments exceeds the critical limit, the system gives an automatic warning during the reservation entry. There is an important parameter below, calculate the hotel invoices. If the option calculate hotel invoices is inactive, the hotel invoice will be calculated as 0. This is actually used when hotels and operators work with direct payment between each other. The next step is payment details. This section actually defines when the operator will make payments. You can create a general payment plan here. If needed, you can also define special payment plans per season or per contract from the season entry screen. We will check that part later. Reservation details. You can define the default confirmation status for the new reservations. You can choose yes, no, waiting, unsent, or sent. And default transfer type. You can also define the default transfer type. Email information. You can enter the email addresses of the operator's authorized contacts. Actually, this ensures that notifications are sent directly to the correct person. Next part is cancellation rules. If the operator has a general cancellation policy, you can define it once and apply it to all hotels. Of course, you can also define different cancellation rules per contract from the season entry screen. That's all for now. The tour operator definition is one of the most important steps in the system. Actually, it directly affects reservations, contracts, payments, and even invoicing. A correctly defined operator ensures that the entire process runs smoothly. See you in the next video. Bye!